Good morning, students. Till now, we have seen different methods of finding initial basic feasible solution of a transportation problem. So, we know how to find the initial basic feasible solution of a transportation problem. Now, we'll see how to find the optimum solution. Okay, so to find the optimum solution of a transportation problem, you have two methods. One is Modi method, or it is called as UV method. Another one is stepping stone method. So in today's sessions, I will be telling you how to find optimum solution using Modi method. So this is called as MODI, Modi method, or modified distribution method. Modified distribution method, or it is also called as UV method. So same as in simplex table, how we calculate first the initial basic feasible solution, then we calculate the net evaluations, then we find the optimum solution. Here also same thing. First you have to calculate initial basic feasible solution, then you have to calculate the net evaluations, then till you get the optimum solution. So what is the procedure we'll see by solving a problem. So find, problem may be given as find the IBFS of a transportation problem using northwest corner rule, northwest corner method, and also find its optimum solution. Optimum solution using Modi method. So problem will be stated like this. Suppose I am taking a problem of a 3/4 matrix. So it's a lengthy problem, little bit, because first you have to calculate IBFS, then you have to find optimum solution. So 6193, then you have 11528, then 101247. Here you have supply and here you have demand. Supply is 70, 55, 90. 70, 55, 90. 85, 35, 50 and 45. In some problems, instead of supply and demand, they will be mentioning it as availability requirement, capacity requirement. It may be anything. So in this problem, first what you have to do, first you have to check, let it be any problem of transportation, first you have to check whether it is a balanced transportation problem or not. So for that you have to find total supply and total demand. So this is summation AI, which is 70 plus 55 plus 90. So how much is this 70 plus 55 is 125. 125 plus 90. 125 plus 90 is 250. Similarly, total demand. So which is summation over Bj, summation over J, Bj, 85 plus 35 plus 50 plus 45. So 85 plus 35 is 120. 120 plus these two is 95. So this is also 215. So it implies summation over I, AI is equals to summation over J, Bj. So it implies it is balanced transportation problem. So now first what you have to find? You have to find an initial basic feasible solution. It is mentioned as northwest corner method. So you have to find IBFS using northwest corner method only. In some problems, they'll they'll just ask you to find optimum solution of the transportation problem using Modi method. In such cases, you can find IBFS by any of the methods. You can use matrix minima or row minima or column minima or northwest or WAMS method. Any one of the methods you can use. Because in this problem it is mentioned to you as northwest corner. I am doing it, I am finding IBFS using northwest corner method. So here first you have to calculate IBFS using northwest corner method. So draw the table. We have 3 rows, 4 columns. So this is O1, O2, O3, D1, D2, D3, D4. So this is 6, 11, 10, 1, 5, 12, 9, 2, 4, 3, 8, 7. So supply is 70, 55, 90. And supply I am writing it as S and demand as D. So 85, 35, 50, 45. So northwest corner you have to start from the corner upper right hand left hand side corner element. So this is the corner element. Here I have to make an assignment. Its corresponding value is 70 and 85. Minimum of these two is 70. So this one will get exhausted. Here 85 minus 70 will be 50. So I will be having now only 2 rows and 4 columns. So this is O2 and O3, D1, D2, D3 and D4. So this is 11, 5, 2, 8, 10, 12, 4, 7. Supply is 55, 90. Demand is 15, 35, 50, 45. Again the corner element is here 11. So here corresponding values are 55 and 15. So minimum of this 55 and 15 is 15. So this column will get exhausted. 55 minus 15 will be 40. So I will have again 2 rows and 3 columns. So this is O2, O3, D2, D3, D4. So this is 5, 2, 8, 12, 4, 7. Supply is 40, this is 90. Demand is 35, 50, 45. Now again northwest corner, that is upper left hand corner cell. So this is upper left hand corner cell 5. So here I have to make an allocation. Corresponding value is 40 and 35. So minimum of 40 and 35 is 35. So this column will get exhausted. 40 minus 35 is 5. So what is the leftover part you have? O2, O3, D3, D4. O2, O3, D3 and D4. Values are 2847. 2847. Supply values are 5, 90. Demand values are 50, 45. Again upper left hand corner, this one, this cell. So 5 and 50, minimum is 5. This one will get exhausted. So 50 minus 5 is 45. So the leftover part is only one row, O3 and 2 columns, D3 and D4. Here you have 4 and 7. Supply is 90. Demand is 45 and 45. So upper left hand corner cell is this. So 45 and 90, minimum is 45. This column will get exhausted. 90 minus 45 will be 45. Only one cell is left, 7, and same demand and supply value. So here I will allocate 45. So all the allocations have been made. Now you got initial basic feasible solution. So now what you have to do? Now you have to find the optimum solution. Now to find the optimum solution, you need to calculate net evaluations. How to calculate net evaluations in transportation problem? In simplex method, how we calculated net evaluations? In simplex problem, net evaluations was, this is only for your explanation I am telling. In simplex problem, net evaluation was Zij minus Cij. Here we will calculate, here Zij is nothing but Ui plus Vj. So here we will calculate Ui plus Vj minus Cij. We will calculate this until all of them are less than or equal to 0. But in simplex it was all the net evaluation should be positive. In transportation they should be negative. Until all Zij, all the net evaluations are less than or equal to 0, we calculate it. Then we say that optimum solution is obtained. Now what is this Ui and Vj? So to find that Ui and Vj, so once you find this, the next step is draw the table. So this is very important. It will be a little bit confusing. So here now what we'll do, write only those cells which have allocation. So here O1 D1, here I have allocation. So O1 D1, 6 cost, 70 is the allocation. Next allocation is at O2 D1. O2 D1 means here 11, the allocation is 15. Next I have allocation at O2 D2. O2 D2 means here it is 5. How much is that? 35. Next you have it O2 D3. O2 D3 is 2. Here it is 5. Then O3 D3. O3 D3 is here. This is 45. Then O3 D4. 45, 4. O3 D4 is 7, 45. Check whether you are getting m plus n minus 1 allocations. Number of rows is 3. Number of columns is 4 minus 1. 3 plus 4 minus 1, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That means your allocations are correct. If you are getting less than m plus n minus 1, that means it is a degenerate transportation problem. I'll explain that also in my next session, how to solve that type of problem. So here because you got number of allocations equal to m plus n minus 1, so you can proceed now. It is not a degenerate problem. See now what we'll do, once we got IBFS, we are writing only, we are drawing the table but writing only those cells which have allocations. So these cells are called as basic cells. The cells where you have allocations. So all these cells are called as basic cells. And where you don't have allocations, those cells are called as non-basic cells. Okay, now check whether your allocations are correct or not using by adding. Till now how we did in the same way. See, here upper left hand corner allocations, what are there? Here you have only 70, so write 70. Here you have 15 plus 35 plus 5. So 15 plus 35 is 50, 50 plus 5, 55. Then 45 plus 45, 90. Column wise 70 plus 50, 85. Then you have 35, then 50, then 45. So same values you got. That means your allocations are correct. Now what you have to do? You have to find UIs and VJs. How to find UIs and VJs? Using this basic cells. So what you should do? First you should start from any one of the UIs and either you can start from this side or from this side. So first value you should take it as 0. So generally for making the calculations easy, we'll take this first one as 0. This is C. Now what is this UIs? How many UIs we will have? This is U1, this is U2, this is U3. Similarly V1, V2, V3, V4. So when I take U1 equal to 0, I am telling that UI plus Vj minus Cij you have to calculate. So here what you have to do, U1 plus V1 should be equal to this for basic cells. U1 plus V1 should be equal to C11. U1 plus V1 should be equal to C11. That means 0 plus V1 is equals to how much is C11? 6. So what will be V1 equal to? 6. So here this is equal to 6. Now corresponding to this U1 equal to 0, see whether you have any other allocations. You don't have any other allocations. You got V1 as 6. Now corresponding to this V1 as 6, see whether you have any allocations. So I have two allocations. For 6 already I got. I have 11 here. So that means U2 should be how much? 6 plus something should be equal to 11. How much is that? 6 plus something should be equal to 11. So what should be added to 6 to get 11? So what we should add here? I should add 5. So 5 plus 6 will be 11. Now again corresponding to this 5, check whether there are any allocations. Here I have an allocation. So this 5 plus some V2 value should be equal to 5. So 5 plus 0 should be equal to 5. Again corresponding to this 5 I have 2. So 5 plus something should be equal to 2. So what I should get here? 5. This should be minus 3, only then I'll get here 2. So 5 minus 3 is equals to 2. Now no more allocations corresponding to this. Now come column wise. Now for V2 also you don't have any allocations. For V3 equal to minus 3, I have an allocation here 4. So minus 3 plus something should be equal to 4. So minus 3 plus something should be equal to 4 means what I should add to minus 3? I should add 7. So that 7 minus 3 will become 4. Now again corresponding to this 7, I have here 7. So what should be V4? The 7 plus something should be equal to this 7. So 0. So got it? So you have to do it alternatively. Or else again I'll explain one more time so that it will be easy for you. It's a little bit confusing. You should be very clear with this. So this will be U1, this will be U2, this will be U3. This is V1. This is V1, this is V2, this is V3, this is V4. So what I should do, only for basic cells you are calculating. Where you have basic cells, you have basic cells for C11. This is C11. Then you have basic cell for C21. Then you have C22. Then you have C23. Then I have C33 and C34. So these are all the basic cells. That means where you have the allocations. Now C11 should be equal to U1 plus V1. This should be equal to U2 plus V1. This should be equal to U2 plus V2. This should be equal to U2 plus V3. This is this other way how we can allocate UIs. This is U3 plus V3. This is U3 plus V4. So it's better if you do like this. So first write all the basic cell addresses. So the basic cell addresses I have written, this is C11, C21, C22, C23, C33, C34. Now C11 you will get if you add U1 plus V1. C21 you will get if you add U2 and V1. C22 will be U2 plus V2. C23 U2 plus V3. C33 U3 plus V3. C34 U3 plus V4. Now what is C11 here? Here C11 is what? C11 is 6. So C11 is 6 equal to, first U1 I will take it as 0. So 0 plus V1. So what will be V1? V1 is equals to 6. This I got 6. Then C21 is U2 plus V1. C21 is how much? 11. 11 is equals to, how much is U2? U2 we don't know. Write as U2 only. But V1 we know. V1 is 6. So implies U2 is equals to 11 minus 6, which is equal to 5. So this I got as 5. What is C22? C22 is 5. 5 is equals to, what is U2? U2 is 5. You got U2 as 5. Plus V2. V2 we don't know. So I'll write V2 as it is. So implies V2 is equals to 5 minus 5, which is 0. So now I got V2 as 0. Similarly C23. C23 is how much? This one. Second row, third column. This is 2. 2 is equal to U2 plus V3. How much is U2? U2 is 5. V3 we don't know. So I am writing V3 as it is. So V3 will be 2 minus 5, which is equal to minus 3. So here I will write V3 as minus 3. Similarly, C33 is 4. So 4 is equals to U3 is how much? U3 we didn't get. So I will write U3 as it is. V3 is how much? V3 is minus 3. So what will be U3? U3 will be 4 plus 3, which is equal to 7. So this is 7. C34 is 7. So 7 is equals to U3 is 7 plus V4 we don't know. So I will write as it is. From this V4 will be 7 minus 7, which is 0. So here V4 is 0. So this is how you can find this Uys and Vj values. Once you get Uys and Vj values, now you write non-basic cell values. Whatever values you have here, you write that. I have erased it. Those values are here 1, 9, 3, this is 8, then you have 10 and 12. Now you calculate net evaluations only for the non-basic cells and write it in the right hand side corner. I'll write it with the other pen so that it will be clear to you. So whatever I have marked with green marker, these are called as the net evaluations, which we are calculating for non-basic cells. So you have to calculate net evaluations for non-basic cells only. Now how to calculate net evaluations for non-basic cells? I said Uy plus Vj minus Cij. Only for non-basic, that means where you don't have any allocations, only to that cells only you have to calculate the net evaluations. So here corresponding U1 value is 0, corresponding V2 value is 1. So 0 plus 0 minus 1. So I will get minus 1. Similarly 0 plus of minus 3 minus 9. 0 plus of minus 3 minus 9. So minus 12. 0 plus 0 minus 3. So minus 3. Similarly here 5 plus 0 minus 8. Minus 3. 7 plus 6 minus 10. 7 plus 6 is 13. 13 minus 10 is 3. Then 7 plus 0 minus 12. 7 plus 0 is 7. 7 minus 12 is minus 5. So now I have calculated all the net evaluations. Or else it will be better if I write net evaluations also with green color. Minus 1, minus 12, minus 3, this is also minus 3, plus 3, minus 5. So here I have calculated net evaluations only for non-basic cells. For how to calculate Ui plus Vj minus Cij is the net evaluation formula. We have to calculate this net evaluations for non-basic cells. That means the cells which doesn't have any allocation. Now check whether all the net evaluations are less than or equal to 0. So check if all of them are less than or equal to 0. If all of them are less than or equal to 0, then the current solution is the optimum solution. If all of them are not less than or equal to 0, select the maximum net evaluation of all the positives. So here I have all negative values except one positive value, which is 3. So this is not an optimum solution. So what you have to do now? You have to form a loop. See here, this is the maximum net evaluation. From this you have to form a loop such that it passes through the nearest basic cells. So from here, which is the nearest basic cell? Basic cell means the cell where you have an allocation. So from here I have an allocation at this point. Okay. At this point also I have, from here I don't have any basic cells. So I can't go here. I'll stop here. From here I have next basic cell at this point, because I have an allocation here. From here again I have here, but I can't come here diagonally. So it should be a closed loop. So from here I'll go to the next basic cell. What is the next basic cell here? Next basic cell is this part. Here I have an allocation. So from here I'll come back to this. Now I got a closed loop. We have to form a loop in such a way that it passes through the nearest basic cell, starting from the most positive maximum net evaluation. Now allocate thetas to these corners of this loop, starting from the maximum net evaluation. So here I'll allocate plus theta, alternatively minus theta, plus theta and minus theta. I'll write here minus theta. Okay. Now see the minus theta's allocation and select the minimum of the minus theta allocation. So what you have to do here first? So first you have to compute UI and Vj's for basic cells. Second step is what? Compute net evaluations, Zij minus Cij, which is equal to Ui plus Vj minus Cij for all non-basic cells. Okay. If all Ui plus Vj minus Cij's are less than or equal to 0, implies current solution is the optimum solution. If any one of the net evaluation, that is Ui plus Vj minus Cij is greater than 0, then select the maximum net evaluation and form a loop such that it passes through the nearest basic cells and allocate thetas alternately, starting with plus theta from the maximum net evaluation. So here I have given plus theta, minus theta, plus theta, minus theta. Now we have to select minimum of minus thetas. So here what is minimum of minus thetas? Where you have minus thetas? Minimum of minus thetas is 15 and 45. So which is minimum here? 15. Add this 15 wherever you have plus theta. Subtract this 15 wherever you have minus theta. Again the allocations will change. Okay. So I'll draw that here itself. Add this 15 wherever you have plus theta and subtract this 15 wherever you have minus theta. So here minimum of minus thetas is equals to minimum of 15 comma 45, which is equal to 15. So add 15 wherever you have minus theta and wherever you have plus theta, and subtract 15 wherever you have minus theta. Okay. So draw the table again. Again I will draw only the basic cells. I will not draw the non-basic cells. So I have 3 rows and 4 columns. O1, O2, O3. Again you have D1, D2, D3 and D4. So D1, D2, D3 and D4. Now write only the basic cells. Okay. So first row you have only one basic cell, 6, 17. Second row, here you don't have any closed loop. So I will write this as it is, as 5 and 35. Here I have one basic cell 11, but with minus theta. So theta here is 15. So 15 minus 15, it is 0. Now this is non-basic, so you need not write it. Okay, I have to subtract theta. Theta is 15 whether. So what you have to do, you have to subtract this 15 wherever you have minus theta and add this 15 wherever you have plus theta. Because here I have minus theta and here I have 15. 15 minus 15 is 0. So it is non-basic, don't write it. Here I have plus theta. It's a basic cell, I have plus theta. So 5 plus 15. So this is 2. 5 plus 15 will become 20. The next here you have plus theta. That means it is a basic cell. But you don't have any allocation here. It means 0 allocation. So 0 plus 15. Now this is basic cell. And here I have 4. 45 minus theta. That means 45 minus 15. 45 minus 15 is 30. So here I will have 30. So how many allocations you have? One more is there here. 7 as it is. You don't have any loop. So write this as it is, 45. So again check the number of allocations. You should have 6 allocations. M plus N minus 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again check for the supply total and demand totals. So this is 70, this is 55, 15 plus 30 plus 45, it is 90, column wise, 70 plus 15, 85, this is 35, this is 50, this is 45. So same values we got. Now again compute UIs and VJs. So this is U1, U2, U3. This is V1, V2, V3, V4. So write the basic cells. C11, you have C11, then you have C22, C23, C31, C33, C34. So this is U1 plus V1, C22 is U2 plus V2, C23 is U2 plus V3, C31 is U3 plus V1, C33 is U3 plus V3, C34 is U3 plus V4. Now C11 is 6. 6 is equals to, from U1 I will start 0. So 0 plus V1. So implies V1 is equals to 6 minus 0, which is equal to 6. So here V1 is 6. Then C22. C22 is 5. So 5 is equals to, U2 we don't know. So V2 also we don't know. So what we'll do, we'll take any one of them as 0. Because we don't know U2 and we don't know V2 also. We know V1. Where we got V1? Here we got V1. So we'll check this first. C31. C31 is how much? C31 is 10. 10 is equals to U3 plus V1 is how much? V1 is 6. So what will be U3? U3 will be 10 minus 6, which is equal to 4. So here U3 is 4. Now I got U3 as 4. Now we have U3, where you have U3, here you have U3. We can use this. C33 is how much? C33 is 4. So 4 is equals to, U3 is 4 plus V3 we don't know. So V3 is equals to 4 minus 4, which is equal to 0. So V3 is equals to 0. Now here I can substitute that V3. C23. C23 is 2. 2 is equals to, U2 we don't know, plus V3 is 0. So how much will be U2? U2 will be 2 minus 0 equal to 2. So here this is equal to 2. Now I can write here U2 as 2. 2 plus V2 we don't know. So V2 is equals to 5 minus 2, which is equal to 3. So this is equals to 3. Similarly here C34. C34 is 7. U3 is how much? U3 is 4. So 4 plus V4. So implies V4 is equals to 7 minus 4, which is equal to 3. So this is equal to 3. Now you can check it. 0 plus 6, 6. 2 plus 3, 5. 2 plus 0, 2. 4 plus 6, 10. 4 plus 0, 4. 4 plus 3, 7. That means your allocations are correct. Now you write the non-basic cell values. What are the non-basic cell values? This is 1, this is 9, this is 3, then you have 11, and here it is 8, and here it is 12. So now you have to calculate net evaluations for this non-basic cells and write in the upper right hand corner. So you have 6 non-basic cells. So calculate it. 0 plus 3 minus 1. 0 plus 3 is 3. 3 minus 1 is 2. Then 0 plus 0 minus 9. Minus 9. 0 plus 3 minus 3. So 0. Then 2 plus 6, 8. 8 minus 11. Minus 3. 2 plus 3, 5. 5 minus 8. Minus 3. 4 plus 3, 7. 7 minus 12, minus 5. You got all values less than or equal to 0 except one value here, which is 2. So again you are getting one positive value. So again you have to form a loop. So you have to form a loop starting from this, such that it passes through the nearest basic cell. So which is the nearest basic cell here to this? The nearest basic cell here is this one. From here it should go to next basic cell is here. So it will come down and stop here. From here the next basic cell is this one. So it will stop here. The next basic cell is this one. From here it will turn this. From here it will back to the starting point. So these are the corner points you have for this loop. So the loop here in this table, the loop is of this form. Okay. In some problems you may be having different shapes of the loop. In some problems you may get loop of this form also. Like this also you get. Okay. So it depends on the problem. Now here you have to allocate plus theta minus theta starting from the maximum net evaluation. So here I will have plus theta, here I will have minus theta, here plus theta, here minus theta, here plus theta, here minus theta. So here is this. Now what are the minus theta values? You have to see. So minimum of minus thetas. So what are the minimum of minus thetas means? What are the values you have here? 70, 50, not 15, sorry, 70. Here you have minus theta. Then you have minus theta at this 30. Then you have here 35. So here minimum is how much? 30. So here theta is equals to 30. Now add this 30 where you have plus theta and subtract this 30 wherever you have minus theta. Now again draw the table. So like this you have to keep on doing it until all the net evaluations are less than or equal to 0. Hope we'll get in this table. So this is O1, O2, O3, D1, D2, D3, D4. Write only the basic cells. So first row I have 6, 70 minus 30, theta is 30, 70 minus 30 will be 40. Here this is plus theta, so it is a basic cell. So 0 plus 30 will be 30. Then here in second row I have 5 here. 35 minus theta means 35 minus 30, I will get 5 here. Here I will have 20 plus 30, So that will be 50. Third row, here I have plus theta, so 10. 15 plus 30, 45. Here I have minus theta, 30 minus 30 will be 0. Then here I don't have any loop, so I'll write that basic cell as it is. Check whether you are getting 6 allocations or not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You got 6 allocations, now you find supply and demand values whether you are getting same or not. 40 plus 30, 70. 5 plus 50, 55. 45 plus 45, 90. Column wise 40 plus 45, 85. 30 plus 5, 35. This is only 50 and this is 45. So same values you are getting. Now you have to find again ui's and vj's. That is u1, u2, u3, v1, v2, v3, v4. Okay. Again write C11 you have allocation, C12 you have allocation, then C2 2, C2 3. Like this you can also find, or will find it directly. This table will do it directly. I'll start from u1. This is 0. 0 plus something should be equal to 6. So 6. Again I have 0 here. For this 0 again I have one more allocation. So 0 plus something should be equal to 1. So this is 1. So corresponding to this you don't have any other allocations. Come here. We have v1 6. Corresponding to this 6 I have an allocation at 10. So 6 plus something should be equal to 10. So 4. Come to this one. Corresponding to this one I have 5. So 1 plus something should be equal to 5. So 4. Now come to this. Corresponding to this 4, u3 equal to 4, I have here 7. So 4 plus something should be equal to 7 means 3. Corresponding to u2 equal to 4, I have 2 here. So 4 plus something should be equal to 2. So 4 minus 2 will be equal to 2. Now I got ui's and vj's. Now write the non-basic cell values and calculate net evaluations again. So this is 9, this is 3, here I have 11, then here I have 8, then I have 12, then I have 4. Now again calculate the net evaluations for this non-basic cells only, which I have marked with green marker. Now calculate it. ui plus vj minus cij. So 0 minus 2 minus 9. 0 minus 2 is minus 2. Minus 2 minus 9 is minus 11. Similarly 0 plus 3 minus 3. 0. Here also one non-basic. 4 plus 6 minus 11. So minus 1. 4 plus 3 minus 8. So 7 minus 8 minus 1. 4 plus 1 minus 12. So 5 minus 12 is minus 7. 4 minus 2 minus 4. 4 minus 2 is 2. 2 minus 4 is minus 2. Now I got all zij minus cij's less than or equal to 0. So it is an optimal solution. So since all ui plus vj minus cij's less than or equal to 0 implies optimal solution is obtained. Therefore, the total minimum transportation cost is 40 into 6 plus 30 into 1 plus 5 into 5 plus 50 into 2 plus 45 into 10 plus 45 into 7. So multiply all these values and you add it. So when you add it you get the value as multiply, and when you add you get 1160 as the transportation cost. So this is the procedure. This is how you have to calculate optimal solution using modified distribution method or MODI method or UV method. So it's a lengthy process, but you have to solve as many problems as you can to avoid confusion, just allocation of this UIs and VJs is little bit confusion. Once you solve that, then the problem will be easy for you. Okay, thank you.